Hi, here next to me I have a picture of a white peacock. And yeah, white peacock. What a strong symbol. So, today I want to talk about a symbol in the dreams. And I was thinking about these dictionaries, where you can find simple and concrete answers to your question about your dream symbols. Please don't look at these dictionaries. Here's why. Um, yeah, a symbol is so much more than one concrete, pinpointed thing. A symbol is open, has an open character. We have to approach a symbol by different angles. We have to look at it from different angles. We can unlock the core and the meanings, the multi-layered meanings of a symbol by going around literally and looking at it from different points, taking the layers from the outside until the inside. There are different layers of meaning, different ways to look at it until we reach the core and find the archetypal meaning. So, for instance, the symbol is coming from a really deep layer from our psyche. That means that it is an image, it is something that is still not cut into pieces by our intellect. It's still not compartmentalized. That's why it's so difficult to understand this symbol after sleeping, when we're in our wakened state, and when our mind and our intellect is starting to work like crazy because we are working like that. We cannot interpret a symbol this way. It's too simple, and we will kill the symbol. We will kill the symbol to death when we analyze it like in a way that it's one clear thing, as already said. So we have these different layers, and for example, if we take the rose, we can work through the layers to understand the rose. The rose is a huge, I took the rose because it's a really common, a really huge symbol in humankind, from all the cultures, from like centuries and centuries. So if we take the rose, the first layer to interpret, or coming closer to this image, would be, what is it that comes to your mind immediately when you think of the rose, or you have this picture of the rose in front of you, this rose you dreamt of? So this would be, the rose smells good, and you have the image of the rose in front of you, and then you're going further and further in the layers, and memories come up. It's already the next layer, the memories of what I experienced with roses in my life. For example, there were dear people giving me a rose as a present, and it was something, it meant so much to me because this person meant so much to me. It's a classic, it's cliche, but it happens, and it's still happening, where the rose has a really strong meaning in our today's culture and in old cultures since centuries. So for me, for example, my grandparents had really beautiful roses in the garden, and they smelled so good, and they had such an intense smell. And every time when we kids were there, they we picked up some roses, and they gave it to us to take away. And every time when I smell this kind of intense smell of a rose, I'm immediately put into this memory. It's like I'm there with them, my grandparents, and I remember how much I felt so good there. They were so good to us, and I loved this garden. So you see that the meaning of this rose, the symbol, is more and more amplified. Now it is connected to certain things in your life. It is emotionally charged. In general, a symbol is emotionally very, very charged. The more you go further into the core of the symbol, you feel it. There is a lot of potential in it. And you always see that, or can feel this potential already when you wake up from a dream, and this thing appeared in your dream, and you cannot like not thinking of that, because there is some kind of magnetism. So you want to know what it is, why you dreamt of that symbol, what was it. And it's because it's charged, it's not clear, it's open, it's multidimensional, and it can carry also polarities. A symbol can mean this, but also the opposite. And this is really disturbing sometimes, and for our day-to-day intellect and mind, very difficult to understand and to cope with polarities. And actually it is what we're doing in astrology also. There are a lot of polarities, for example, in the planetary qualities. You have like a minus and a plus inside of all that. And this is also the beauty of it. This makes the beauty also of a symbol, because yeah, as said, it's multidimensional. You have these opposites, this opposed forces in life everywhere and every time. Okay, but we're coming back to the rose, and yeah, we have memories associated. So personal life, feelings, memories. Then we want to explore on a more scientific way, maybe, or make our own research about the plant, the rose. We want to look into books and see videos, or make research in internet. What kind of roses are there? How do they grow? And yes, or art, looking at art pieces where there are roses, how they are depicted, in ancient art, how they are described in poetry, in literature. So you make a whole research about that. Yes, and actually, we are going further and further into the core. So when we have looked to what is described in literature, in art, and so on, we can find, especially in religious and old cultural contexts, it's also like we're traveling more and more into the past and into the archaic realm of a symbol. We can conclude that the rose in our example is really the most important flower in the Western world, and you can compare it to the lotus from the East. And it is both our symbol for beauty, for harmony, but also for personal and spiritual development, as the lotus is growing from the mud in the water out of the primordial waters and flowering on the surface of the water. And you have this this growing symbology, this growth to a whole personality, to a spiritual personality, in the image of the rose. And there is this sacred geometry in the petals, how the order of the petals around the center is created. You have a kind of a sacred geometry, and it's like a mandala with a center in it. So there are multiple deep archetypal layers to the rose, and we have the thorns of the rose. So there is already a huge polarity in the rose. These soft and beautiful petals of the rose, this beautiful smell, and then these thorns. How many times did I cut myself by rose thorns? It really hurts. That's not nice. But this is beautiful. I mean, I love that. I love these two sides. And what does that mean? We could go deeper into that characteristic of being so beautiful, of being such a harmonious beauty, and then the thorns. And yes, in Christian symbolism, of course, Jesus Christ is wearing a crown of thorns, and the thorns cut in his face, and you have the blood. And a perfect symbol of sacrifice do we have here too. And I could go on and on and on, but it is just to talk about an example how we can work with symbols. You can do that with every single symbol. I should have done it with a white peacock because I have the image here, or maybe next time, I don't know. And yeah, I would wish that more people actually is about taking more time to approach our dreams and the symbols, and not to always try to look for fast solutions, fast answers, and to go more into the contemplation of the things, to get to a greater understanding of yourself. That's it.